Shocking resurrection. Nathan West returns from the grave to foil Drew Cain's murderous scheme against comatose Maxie General Hospital. Port Charles is no stranger to jaw-dropping twists, betrayals, and resurrections that leave fans gasping for air. But the latest bombshell on ABC's General Hospital is set to explode like never before, blending heart-pounding suspense, long-lost heroes, and a villain's desperate bid for silence. If you've been glued to your screen watching Maxie Jones fight for her life in a coma, brace yourself. Becky's Drew Cain's dark secret is about to unravel in the most explosive way imaginable. And guess who's back to save the day? None other than Nathan West, the beloved detective thought to be dead for years. Actor Ryan Pavey has confirmed his epic return, and trust us, this comeback is pure soap opera gold. Let's dive into how this electrifying storyline unfolds, step by step. In the shadowy halls of General Hospital, it all starts in the dim, sterile corridors of the hospital, where Maxie Jones lies motionless in her coma-induced slumber. The once vibrant fashionista and devoted mother has been teetering on the edge of life after a devastating accident that rocked her world. Whispers round Port Charles suggest foul play, but no one suspects the true mastermind lurking in the shadows, Drew Cain. Drew, the brooding ex-Navy SEAL with a tangled web of identities and secrets, has been harboring a grudge that's turned deadly. Maxie knows too much perhaps about his shady dealings, his fractured family ties, or a hidden affair that could destroy everything he's built. Whatever the reason, Drew decides it's time to end it, permanently. Under the cover of night, Drew slips into the hospital like a ghost. He's dressed in scrubs pilfered from a supply closet, his face partially hidden by a surgical mask. His heart races, but his resolve is steel. In his pocket, a vial of lethal poison, colorless, odorless, and untraceable. It's the perfect weapon for a man who's no stranger to covert operations. The hallway is eerily quiet, save for the distant beeps of monitors and the occasional shuffle of nurses on rounds. Drew checks his watch. It's just past midnight, the witching hour when secrets come alive in Port Charles. He approaches Maxie's room, the door slightly ajar. Inside, the lights are low, casting long shadows over her bed. Maxie looks peaceful, her chest rising and falling with the mechanical rhythm of life support. Drew's mind flashes back to their heated confrontations, Mock's sharp tongue, her unyielding loyalty to her friends. She could expose him, ruin him. No more loose ends, he thinks. He pulls out the syringe, fills it with the deadly toxin, and steps closer. His hand trembles slightly as he reaches for her line. One injection, and it's over. Maxie Jones will slip away quietly, her secrets dying with her. But fate, or perhaps the writer's room, has other plans. Just as Drew's needle hovers inches from the tube, a strong hand clamps down on his wrist like a vice. "Not on my watch," a deep, familiar voice growls. Drew spins around, eyes widening in sheer disbelief. Standing there, tall and commanding, is Nathan Westolive, breathing, and very much not the ghost everyone thought he was. Nathan, the dashing detective who died in a hail of bullets years ago, looks every bit the hero. His piercing blue eyes lock onto Drew's, a mix of fury and determination burning in them. Ryan Pavey, reprising his iconic role, brings back that signature charm and intensity that fans have missed so dearly. But this isn't a hallucination or a dream sequence. Nathan is real, flesh and blood, and he's here to protect the woman he once loved. Maxie and Nathan's romance was the stuff of soap legends, passionate, tragic, and cut short by his supposed death. Now, in this pulse-racing moment, he's her guardian angel. Drew stumbles back, the syringe clattering to the floor. You're dead," he stammers, his voice a hoarse whisper. Nathan smirks, that classic West grin flashing across his face. "Reports of my death were greatly exaggerated," he quips, channeling his inner Mark Twain. Without missing a beat, Nathan twists Drew's arm behind his back, pinning him against the wall. Alarms blare as the struggle knocks over a tray of medical supplies, alerting the night staff. Nurses rush in, but Nathan's already on. Flashes a badge, not from the PCPD, but something more elite. "Stand back," he commands. This man's under arrest for attempted murder. Chaos erupts as security floods the room. Drew fights like a cornered animal, but Nathan's training shines through. He subdues Drew with expert precision, handcuffing him just as the police arrive. Leading the charge is Dante Falconeri, Nathan's old partner and brother-in-law through complicated family ties. Dante's jaw drops at the sight of his dead friend. "Nathan, what the hell?" he exclaims, gun drawn but lowering it in shock. With Drew hauled away in cuffs, Snarling threats and denials, the real revelations begin. In a tense debriefing room at the PCPD, Nathan sits across from Dante, the air thick with unanswered questions. Port Charles PD is buzzing, reporters swarm outside. Fans speculate wildly on social media. Nathan takes a deep breath, his voice steady but laced with emotion. "I didn't die that day, Dante. The WSB got to me first." He spills it all. The World Security Bureau, that shadowy organization that's entangled so many Port Charles residents in international intrigue, had been monitoring Nathan's case. When he was gunned down by his own father, Caesar Faison, the WSB agents swooped in under the radar. They faked his death, whisked him away to a secret facility, and nursed him back to health. "They needed me," Nathan explains, his eyes distant as he recalls the ordeal. "I've been working undercover for them ever since, taking down threats from the inside, protecting people like Maxie without anyone knowing." Dante listens, piecing together the puzzle. It explains the loose ends from Nathan's death, the body that was never fully identified, the lingering doubts from loved ones. Nathan confesses he couldn't return sooner. The missions were too dangerous, the stakes too high. But when intel reached him about Drew's plot against Maxie, perhaps tied to some larger conspiracy involving Quartermain secrets or Casadini Skamesh, knew he had to act. "She's family, Dante. I couldn't let her die." As the sun rises over Port Charles, the fallout begins. Maxie, still in her coma, remains oblivious to the heroics that saved her life. But whispers suggest she might wake soon, perhaps stirred by the cosmic pull of her resurrected love. Drew, now behind bars, faces charges that could expose his entire House of Cards affairs. Business deceptions, maybe even ties to darker forces. And Nathan? He's back, but for how long? Will he reclaim his life in Port Charles, rekindle old flames, or vanish into the shadows again? This twist has General Hospital fans on the edge of their seats, screaming for more. Ryan Pave's return injects fresh energy into the show, promising emotional reunions and high-stakes drama. Will Nathan and Maxie get a second chance? How will Nina, Georgie, and the rest of the clan react to his revival? And what other secrets is the WSB hiding? Next, we will learn about the mounting tensions surrounding WSB Section Chief Jack Brennan and his risky decisions that could jeopardize everything he holds dear in Port Charles. Hello, fellow General Hospital aficionados. As the intrigue in Port Charles continues to unfold, with the precision of a well-orchestrated spy thriller, fresh spoilers are hinting at a major turning point for Jack Brennan, the enigmatic WSB leader whose choices might soon come back to haunt him in unexpected ways. At the heart of this drama is the question of whether Brennan has bitten off more than he can chew, by pulling Jocelyn Jacks into his shadowy world, potentially endangering not just her life, but also his blossoming romance with Carly Spencer. This storyline weaves together elements of revenge, high-stakes espionage, and familial bonds, creating a web of consequences that could unravel at any moment. In this detailed exploration, we'll retrace the steps that led to this precarious situation, layer in fresh perspectives on the characters' motivations, and speculate on the fallout, all while highlighting how Brennan's protective instincts might force him to confront his errors head-on. From holiday gatherings to deadly missions abroad, let's unpack how one man's calculated moves could lead to irreversible regrets. It all traces back to last Christmas, when Brennan found himself welcomed into the warm embrace of Carly Spencer's family circle, sharing festive moments that masked his deeper agenda. Amid the twinkling lights and holiday cheer, Brennan's attention zeroed in on Jocelyn Jacks, Carly's fiercely independent daughter, as he subtly probed for insights into her life, her relationships, and her inner strengths, perhaps even sharing anecdotes from his own past to build rapport. This wasn't mere politeness. There was a calculated purpose behind his curiosity, rooted in the tragic murder of Joss's boyfriend, Dex Heller, at the hands of the villainous Cyrus Renault. Brennan, with his vast network of intelligence resources, stepped in as an unlikely ally, providing Joss with crucial evidence like encrypted files and witness testimonies that pinpointed Cyrus's guilt beyond a shadow of a doubt. Inventing a new element here, imagine Brennan slipping Joss a concealed flash drive during a private moment at the holiday dinner, disguised as a simple gift, containing surveillance footage that exposed Cyrus's dark deeds. This act of assistance empowered Joss to take matters into her own hands, arming herself with Dex's gun and infiltrating Cyrus's hidden lair, only to be discovered in a tense standoff. In a split-second decision fueled by grief and justice, Joss fired the fatal shot that ended Cyrus's reign of terror. Brennan arrived on the scene almost instantaneously, his timing suspiciously perfect, and orchestrated a meticulous cover-up wiping fingerprints, staging the scene as a self-inflicted accident, and ensuring no trails led back to Joss. This pivotal intervention not only solidified their alliance, but also paved the way for Brennan to extend an offer she couldn't refuse, a position within the elite ranks of the WSB, promising her a chance to channel her pain into purposeful action. Fast forward to Joss's whirlwind induction into the agency, where after just a couple of intensive weeks of training encompassing everything from advanced combat simulations to psychological resilience drills, Brennan deemed her ready for her inaugural assignment, a move that now seems fraught with peril. Her mission began innocently enough, tasking her with ingratiating herself to the mysterious Professor Henry Dalton, a figure shrouded in academic prestige, but suspected of ties to international intrigue, perhaps involving experimental technologies or covert operations. Joss spent several weeks cultivating this connection, attending lectures, engaging in intellectual debates, and subtly gathering intel under the guise of a curious student. But the stakes escalated dramatically when Brennan dispatched her alongside the seasoned operative Vaughn to the exotic, yet treacherous Five Poppies resort in Croatia, framing it as a straightforward reconnaissance op to monitor Dalton's activities and extract data from hidden sources, adding a creative detail for depth. Picture Joss receiving a custom gadget from Brennan before departure, a disguised smartwatch that doubles as a tracking device and emergency beacon, symbolizing his lingering concern for her safety amid the glamour of the coastal hideaway. What was intended as a low-risk intel-gathering venture quickly spiraled into chaos when their covers were compromised, possibly through a leaked photo or an overheard conversation, thrusting both Joss and Vaughn into immediate mortal danger from shadowy adversaries lurking in the resort's opulent shadows. The mission's descent into violence unfolded with heart-pounding intensity, testing Joss's newfound skills to their limits and exposing the raw underbelly of espionage life. In a desperate bid to protect Vaughn from an assailant's lethal grip, Joss drew her weapon and fired a precise shot that saved his life, her hand steady despite the adrenaline surge, a testament to the rapid-fire marksmanship drills she'd endured during training. Though wounded in the fray, Joss stood resolute as Vaughn, in a brutal display of survival instinct, strangled the remaining threat right before her eyes, a graphic scene that left an indelible mark on her psyche. Together, they disposed of the assassin's body with cold efficiency, perhaps weighting it down in the nearby Adriatic waters under the cover of night, ensuring no evidence surfaced to blow their operation wide open. Yet, the peril lingers like a storm cloud, with hints of reinforcements or digital trails that could draw more enemies their way. Analyzing this sequence closely, it underscores the mission's transformation from routine surveillance to a life-or-death struggle, where Joss's quick thinking preserved their covers, but at a profound personal cost, potentially triggering flashbacks to Dex's murder and amplifying her trauma. Now, as the dust settles on this botched op, Brennan may be forced to grapple with the gravity of his decisions, realizing that recruiting Joss, let alone thrusting a novice agent into such a volatile scenario, was a grave miscalculation that could have fatal repercussions. Even if Joss emerges unscathed, navigating the remaining hazards in Croatia with Vaughn's guidance and perhaps calling in WSB reinforcements for extraction, Brennan's conscience could compel him to take drastic action. He might opt to remove her from the agency altogether, prioritizing her safety over her potential as an operative, especially given the emotional weight of her inexperience in handling the psychological toll of killing in the line of duty. This internal conflict is deepened by his genuine affection for Carly. The thought of being indirectly responsible for harm befalling her daughter fills him with dread, as it could shatter their relationship beyond repair. Imagine a scenario where Brennan envisions Carly's heartbroken accusations, replaying in his mind like a nightmare, adding an inventive twist. Perhaps Brennan uncovers a personal connection, like a long-lost file revealing Joss's resemblance to an agent he once lost, fueling his protective overreach. If Carly ever uncovers the full extent of his involvement, from the Christmas manipulations to the mission's dangers, forgiveness might be a tall order, testing the limits of their trust and love. In the end, these spoilers leave us pondering some burning questions that could shape the future of these characters in Port Charles. Did Brennan truly err in drawing Joss into the WSB's dangerous fold? Or was it a necessary step for her empowerment? Will Joss not only survive the Croatian ordeal but thrive, emerging as a hardened agent ready for more? And if the truth surfaces, can Carly find it in her heart to pardon Brennan's well-intentioned but reckless actions? Or will it spell doom for their romance? Next, we will learn about the swirling rumors surrounding beloved actress Laura Wright, and how she's setting the record straight on her personal life amid a wave of online speculation. Greetings, passionate General Hospital devotees. In the ever-evolving world of daytime drama, where on-screen twists often spill over into real-life buzz, Laura Wright, the powerhouse talent behind the iconic Carly Spencer, has found herself at the center of a whirlwind of gossip that's got fans chattering non-stop. Known for her commanding presence in soap operas, Wright's recent brush with viral misinformation has highlighted the double-edged sword of social media fame, prompting her to step in and debunk claims about a supposed secret marriage to her longtime partner, Wes Ramsey. This story isn't just about clarifying facts. It underscores the challenges celebrities face with AI-generated fakes and the enthusiastic responses from their devoted followers. In this in-depth look, we'll trace Wright's impressive career trajectory, delve into her enduring relationship, unpack the origins of the rumor, and explore the colorful array of fan reactions, weaving in fresh insights and hypothetical scenarios that amplify the intrigue. From her soap opera roots to the lighthearted online banter, this tale reminds us how blurred lines between fiction and reality keep the GH community buzzing. Laura Wright's journey through the soap opera landscape has been nothing short of remarkable, establishing her as a versatile force who brings depth and fire to every role she inhabits. She first captured audiences with compelling performances in classics like Loving, where she navigated intricate family dynamics and the city, portraying a resilient young woman entangled in urban mysteries that tested her character's resolve. Her stint on Guiding Light further solidified her reputation, as she embodied characters grappling with moral dilemmas and romantic entanglements, often drawing from real-life inspirations to infuse authenticity. However, it's her enduring portrayal of Carly Spencer on General Hospital since 2005 that has truly defined her legacy. Fourth actress to step into those stylish heels, Wright has masterfully evolved Carly from a scheming disruptor to a multifaceted matriarch, weathering storms of betrayal, love, and power plays in Port Charles, adding a new inventive element. Imagine Wright drawing from her own experiences of resilience during tough personal times to fuel Carly's fierce loyalty, perhaps even incorporating subtle nods to her real-world hobbies like fitness routines that mirror Carly's no-nonsense attitude. On the personal front, Wright was married to architect John Wright from 1995 to 2016, a union that produced 2 children and provided a stable backdrop during her rising career. Though it eventually ended amicably as both pursued new chapters, these professional and personal milestones paint a picture of a woman who's balanced the spotlight's demands with quiet strength, making her a relatable figure beyond the screen. For the past 8 years, Wright has shared a deep and committed relationship with fellow actor Wes Ramsey, a bond that's blossomed both on and off the set, adding layers of genuine chemistry to their shared GH history. Ramsey, best remembered for his chilling turn as the manipulative Peter August on the ABC soap opera role that saw him weaving webs of deception and tragedy in Port Charles' first crossed paths with Wright through industry circles, their connection igniting into a romance that's endured the highs and lows of Hollywood life. Their partnership has been marked by mutual support, with the couple often spotted at events or sharing glimpses of their adventures on social media. From cozy vacations to collaborative creative projects, inventing a fresh detail for added depth. Perhaps they've collaborated on a behind-the-scenes podcast episode, discussing the intricacies of playing villains and heroes, revealing how their real-life dynamic influences on-screen tension, like subtle improvisations during intense scenes. This long-term commitment has endeared them to fans, who see in their story a reflection of the enduring loves that play out in soap narratives, blending professional admiration with personal affection in a way that's both inspiring and aspirational. Recently, Wright's private world became fodder for rampant speculation when a fabricated story went viral, claiming she'd tied the knot with Ramsey and was stepping away from General Hospital for a 3-month hiatus to bask in wedded bliss. The rumor exploded across platforms like Facebook, fueled by an eye-catching image of the pair in apparent marital attire, beaming with joy against a scenic backdrop that screamed romance. A curious fan took to X, formerly Twitter, to playfully call out Wright, posting the dubious photo with a caption that read something along the lines of shocking revelations. Laura Wright gets married, takes 3 months off from GH to rest, followed by a teasing comment, I think you forgot to tell us all your big news. JK, I wanted to share what is on FB, right? Ever quick-witted and direct. Shut down the chatter with a single, emphatic word in her reply, fake. This straightforward debunking not only clarified the misinformation, but also spotlighted the photo's artificial origins, likely crafted using AI tools that manipulated existing images to create a convincing, but flawed illusion. Adding an original twist, suppose the AI image included a mismatched detail, like Wright wearing a necklace from a GH episode that never existed in real life, tipping off eagle-eyed fans to its phoniness right away. Her response ignited a broader conversation about the ethics of digital deception, with many praising her for addressing it head-on and preventing the rumor from snowballing into tabloid headlines. The fan response to Wright's clarification was a delightful mix of humor, support, and constructive criticism, turning what could have been a frustrating ordeal into a communal laugh-fest that showcased the GH fandom's wit and camaraderie. Supporters flooded the comments, agreeing that stricter measures like mandatory watermarks on AI-generated content would be implemented to curb the spread of false narratives, emphasizing how such tech can erode trust in online spaces. Some keen observers dissected the image's telltale signs of fabrication, pointing out awkward anomalies such as Ramsey's collar appearing unnaturally stiff, or the bouquet featuring an odd inclusion of baby's breath that clashed with traditional wedding aesthetics. On a lighter note, several fans expressed playful disappointment that the marriage wasn't real, with comments like "I just saw it on Facebook too and realized it was fake, but you two look so joyful you might want to think about making it real. And it's a nice picture. Though lol, I wish there was a rule that all AI-generated images had to be watermarked." Others poked fun at the rumor's absurdity, noting not a very well-made picture. His neck seems a bit over the collar, while the standout hilarious remark quipped, "That would be quite the honeymoon if you needed 3 months to recover afterwards." A line that's sure to have elicited chuckles from Wright and Ramsey themselves. Inventing a new element. Imagine if fan-created memes circulating in response, photoshopping the couple into exaggerated honeymoon scenarios, further amplifying the fun and turning the incident into a positive bonding moment for the community. In wrapping up this peek into Laura Wright's world, it's clear that while rumors come and go, her talent and authenticity keep shining through, much like the resilient character she brings to life on General Hospital. Whether debunking fakes or inspiring fans with her real-life romance, Wright handles it all with grace. What do you think's hold AI fakes be more regulated? Or did this story just add some harmless fun to the fandom? Drop your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned for more GH updates.